If road to WrestleMania were an actual road, we'd be at mile marker number 5. Essentially, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Depends on if you count each day as a mile marker. Anywho, we're so close, we can almost see the exit ramp. So if you got to go to the bathroom, just hold a little bit longer. We're almost there. Guys, WrestleMania is right around the corner. And I've been trying to make a Smark Stories episode for like a week now. As you're bouncing up and down. I'm sorry. I work on a gravel road. We are so close. It's fantastic. We're going to get to see WrestleMania this week. And guys, there's so much wrestling going on. Look at this. There's so much going on. There's so much I want to talk to you guys about. Like, this week is insane. Like, the final confrontations. Roman Reigns is on Raw tonight, which is going to be fantastic. So I got to get this video out before Raw so y'all can watch this. So I got to hurry up and get this done. And I've got so much I want to talk to you guys about. Steiner Brothers were just announced today. I seen, like, from, I think it was WWE, like 6 hours ago, the announcement was made on Facebook. And that is, like, just the coolest. Those guys have had a huge career. We're talking all over the place. The 4 promotions, really, actually, that I remember them being in. TNA, WCW, WWF, and ECW. So, huge career. Congratulations to those guys. Those guys definitely deserve it. And it kind of explains, or not explains, but it makes sense why Braun Breaker is in the WWE and NXT right now. Because, like, things like that seem to be linked together somehow. Or for a reason or whatever. Maybe not somehow. Somehow is probably the wrong wording. I'm excited. I'm going like 1,000 miles a minute. I done passed up the exit. I got to circle back to get to WrestleMania. So, and everything is WrestleMania, like everything's got some sort of weird star and everything like you've seen in the graphic. I don't necessarily like that, but there's so much that I like about this week. We've got Super Card of Honor. We've got, regular Impact. We've got NXT 2.0. We've got Raw. We've got the SmackDown / Hall of Fame induction ceremony. We've got WrestleCon. We've got, I can't believe the name of it's not coming to me right now. The NXT pay-per-view on Saturday. Pay-per-view. More like show opener for WrestleMania. But guys, this is going to be fantastic. I think it's excellent that we're finally here at WrestleMania, and things have shaped up to be pretty good for the most part. Not a huge fan, like I said before, about something like the celebrity stuff. I'm just I don't need the celebrities. I want pro wrestling. That's what I want, which is why one of my favorite matches this week that I am so looking forward to is in the multiverse of matches between the Briscoe brothers and the Good Brothers. I really, I need to go look for it to see if the Sons of Sandy Fork have said anything on their Facebook page to see if they've started going after them. I haven't really had a chance to look much yet. And right before all of this goes down, Triple H has announced his retirement. He did on Friday from in-ring. It remains to be seen what's going to happen with his backstage career, I guess. But his in-ring career is over. And at times, I was not a fan of the game. Why? Because it felt like he was being shoved down our throats. But, look back at it. Look at all the dude created some of the greatest memories. DX was amazing. It was funny. It was just wonderful. It had 2 of the top stars, Shawn Michaels and Triple H, who were great friends, who, did something different with wrestling, I feel. And like whenever they had their reunion or whatever going against the McMahons, that was fantastic. As I almost dropped my soda. Did you catch that? Just fantastic career. The ladder match with The Rock for the Intercontinental title at SummerSlam. The leather strap match. There we go. I'm sorry, something popped up on my screen and it threw me off there for a minute. The leather strap match that they had it fully loaded. The Rock and Triple H's rivalry is just one of the many stories in the Triple H saga that was fantastic. And they really did a great job of, towards the end, of doing something different with him. He was the authority figure for the longest time, and but then the match with Daniel Bryan really started to seal things together, and the match with Randy Orton, and the match with Batista here, as in most recent memories. Those were so good, you guys. And I can't thank Triple H enough for all the things that he had done for us as a wrestler, like in-ring wise, and the stuff that he did with NXT. It made it gritty. It made it, what wrestling I feel should be. And that's because I grew up being a Attitude Era fan and an ECW fan and stuff. And so whenever we switched to Ruthless Aggression, I liked it for a while. But then when we got to PG, I was like, this is not what I signed on for. I mean, I still watched, and I'll still watch. Am I happy with the product always? No. And that's something that I've said. I could definitely do without Sami Zayn versus Johnny Knoxville. I could definitely do without Logan Paul, especially Logan Paul. At least Johnny Knoxville is cool. I am nowhere near a fan of Logan Paul. Nowhere near. And, I don't like what he does. Kudos to you, dude, for making all the money you do, boxing people and being on YouTube, doing whatever it is that you do. I don't watch because I'm not a fan. But that's just me. Plenty of other people do. Way more people watch his stuff than mine, and that's fine. Good for him. I'm just not a fan, is all I'm saying. If you are, cool. But, I love The Miz. I love Rey Mysterio. Dominic is growing on me. Eddie Guerrero's still your poppy. But, it's all, like, the fact that we're here at WrestleMania, I'm just so excited because it's WrestleMania. Even though, to me, it's the most, I think the right word is superfluous WrestleMania instead of stupendous, in my opinion. I think it's still going to be good, and you can't not be excited about WrestleMania and be a wrestling fan, no matter if you're not super impressed by the card or not. Think about all the moments that we had in the past 37 WrestleManias. So many good ones. Andre and Hulk Hogan with the scoop slam. Hulk Hogan versus Ultimate Warrior. The Hardy Boys with that crazy triangle ladder match with the Edge and Christian and the Dudleys, and then coming back a year later and let's make a TLC Part 2. Rock versus Austin, Part 3 alone was fantastic. And this year we're getting Stone Cold versus, well, not versus really, but it's technically the main attraction for night 1, Stone Cold and Kevin Owens. That's going to be fantastic. And I can't remember the guy's name now on the Busted Open show. It wasn't Dave LaGreca, but it was another guy. And this is the first time that I had ever listened to an episode that had aired on a Saturday. And he said, they just need to talk. I don't need to see them fight. Honestly, at this point, he's kind of right. But Stone Cold and Kevin Owens, I think there'll be a little bit of a scrap of some sort, and I think we're going to see Stone Cold stun Owens. So, stun Owens stun is going to be a little bit differently this time around. I think it's going to be great. Like I said before, I wasn't really hyped on it. It wasn't something I needed to see, I didn't feel. They've made it something I need to see. With one Austin promo, they made it something I needed to see. And, Owens is a great talker. Owens has done a great job building this up on his side. So kudos to you, dude. And one thing that they said on Busted Open was that they hope that they see Owens in a backstage position at some point. I agree. I think that that's going to be fantastic. With this week being Road to WrestleMania week or whatever, the final stretch, we are on the home stretch. I'm going to do a couple episodes of Smark Stories. We're going to do one today. We'll probably do one Wednesday midweek, and then we'll probably end up doing 2 on the weekend, maybe 3. I don't know. There's gonna be a lot of Smark storying going on because there's a lot of wrestling going on, and it's fantastic. So if you're a wrestling fan and you watch these episodes, thank you first off for viewing. But we've got a lot to cover, and I'm not quite fully done with this episode yet because I want to speculate and I want to think about what we're going to get to see this week. So we're not done just yet, but we're gonna get to that. I do want to say though, if you have a favorite Triple H memory, post it in the comments. I want to hear it, and I want to talk about Triple H with some fans of some other fans of wrestling. And you guys, this is great. I'm just so excited to talk wrestling. AEW had a great Dynamite last week. Jeff Hardy and Sting and Matt Hardy and Darby were a team against Private Party and the Butcher and the Blade. A lot of crazy bumps. They ended up going over on the Private Party and Butcher and the Blade, and it was fantastic. It was fantastic. It was a great match. Great job to all 8 guys. Sting out there just doing amazing stuff that I never would have thought Sting would be doing right now. After what happened at the end of his thing in WWE, I was like, that's it, it's over. This is what we got, unfortunately. But thankfully, his career has been resurrected, so to speak, and it's great. Like, they are doing such a great job with so many of their guys, and it's hard to do such a great job with such a huge roster, but I think they're trying, and I think with the purchase of Ring of Honor, that will help. I think that will help a lot. Man, I don't know what's going on with NWA this week, but one thing about NWA that I really wanted to hit on was Matt Cardona was on Busted Open a week ago. Link is in the comments for that, or description for that. Guys, that was fantastic. That was excellent. Like, bar none, such a great interview. He's doing such a great job as a heel, and he's doing such a great job at getting attention to the NWA. And he even said, he's like, I'm doing a great job getting attention to the NWA. Nobody over there has a following like I do. Can you argue with the guy? The guy was at one point self-dubbed internet champion. And I agree with him, and I believe him. And he's doing such a great job as a heel. Like, everybody just hates and loathes this guy. He mimicked Jon Moxley's ring set moves or whatever, to make you think that it was him in a match, and then pulls the mask off, and is Matt Cardona. Is just extremely frustrated and upset, and super mad at the guy. And his heel work is fantastic. Like, he's getting to do something that he could not get done with Zack Ryder, and I'm super happy for the guy. With us being at the beginning of the week, who knows what we're going to see tonight on Raw. We know Roman and Lesnar are going to confront tonight. They're probably going to confront again at SmackDown. But we're not going to get to see the 3 stages match like I had hoped. We're not going to see them inside the cell. But it's still going to be a great main event. I'm not just because I didn't get my way with it, I'm not going to say I'm not as excited, but I feel like there should have a finality feel to it. But I guess since they constantly shove these 2 down our throats, we can't have that. Because if we do that, then what are we going to do for WrestleMania Backlash? Which, guys, that's the dumbest name for a pay-per-view ever. Just leave it at Backlash. We get the idea. It's the fallout from WrestleMania. Duh. But that being said, man, it still would have been so cool to see a 60-minute Iron Man match with them on night 1, and then go to 2 more matches on the next night, because you got 2 nights and you cut half the roster, so why not? And man, I think it's going to be an exciting WrestleMania. Stand and Deliver, duh, for the NXT one. That's what I was trying to think of earlier. I'm so sorry, guys. Long day, been up since 3 o'clock this morning. Just bear with me. So much good stuff, though. I think it's going to be a great week. I really do. I've probably said that a bazillion times, and I'm sorry. But I think it's going to be a great week. I don't know what all we're going to see tonight. Obviously, I think we're going to see the go-home stuff for Edge and AJ. Is Raw going to happen? Is AJ or Seth going to get what he wants? Is he going to get his match? Are we going to see Cody Rhodes tonight? Speaking of huge additions to rosters, because I think that's a huge addition and a huge positive in WWE's book. Let's talk AEW. They made a post today. We're going to have a huge addition on Wednesday night. I'm sorry, guys. We're going to see a new addition. I honestly, Wardlow was removed from the roster page on Friday after the whole deal with MJF, where MJF's like, you're not even an actual AEW competitor, you're signed to me, and you're not going to get to compete during the rest of this contract. So either they're giving Wardlow a chance to heal up. Obviously, it's part of the story somehow. Maybe he's a bit banged up from that ladder match or something. Who knows? What I do know is he's been taken off the roster page. They're really building the story up. I do expect them to... I expect that to be what goes on Wednesday. But it's WrestleMania week. They need something huge. If you recall this tweet right here from Bray Wyatt, a.k.a. Wyndham Rotunda. What if? Let's play what if, because that's part of what I want to do here with Smark Stories, is play what if and kind of talk things over and, deliver some news. And it's wrestling. We're just going to have fun with wrestling. Let's be creative. Why not? What if that post right there, because he's, let's wait till the right time and let's burn them down. What if this is the week? What if this is what we've been waiting for those of us who are Wyndham Rotunda fans? We'll discuss Ring of Honor Supercard later on in the week, or Supercard of Honor, I'm sorry. And we'll discuss WrestleCon more. I need to look up what other matches are going on, but I remember that main one, and I'm super excited about that one. I love the multiverse of matches idea, and things are looking really good, and maybe we're going to see Briscoes and FTR at Supercard of Honor or something like that. Tony Khan has said, do not leave the show until the show is over. We've got a ton of big surprises. So, or at least one big surprise, I guess. I might be exaggerating some. I apologize. The post will be up here, or is up there, or was up there. Depending on however I want to do it. This is what we wait for every year, I reckon. Survivor Series is cool. SummerSlam's great. I love SummerSlam. There's always those pay-per-views everybody individually looks forward to. To me, it's Extreme Rules, or it used to be. Last year's was kind of a dud. But there's always pay-per-views that everybody individually looks forward to, and it might be match by match. AEW's pay-per-views have been spot on here lately with like Revolution and everything, so I'm looking forward to their next one. They've done 3 really great knockout ones right in a row, so we'll see if they continue on with that path. Since we're talking wrestling so much this week, I'm going to end it here. It's getting kind of lengthy as is. We've kind of speculated on some stuff. We'll see later on in the week what they end up doing with Ricochet, I reckon. They've got lots of cool things going on. Oh, Omos and that other big guy, I can't think of his name right now, I apologize. But there will be that whole go-home segment there with them as we get ready for WrestleMania. It looks promising. There will be the moments that I love, moments that I don't love, and same goes for everybody. Obviously, we're not going to see 2 guys getting stacked on top of each other and pinned for Roman Reigns to be fed 2 guys at once. But they did a great job at making Roman a great heel. It's aggravating in a sense because we've only got 2 guys. We used to have multiple guys there at the top where it's like anybody could be WWF champion. And that's where most of my frustration comes from. Is like, why do we only have 2 guys that are constantly getting shoved down our throats? Let's build up a Ricochet. Why couldn't you have built up an Aleister Black? Why couldn't you have built, you could add a second ministry at one point. I'm getting going again. I apologize. We'll try to discuss some more of this stuff later on in the week, especially since we're going to be having Fallout from each thing, and that's why we're going to be doing so many Smark Stories this week. So it's going to be a week of Smark Stories. I'm going to do a bunch of other videos as well. I got some editing to do tonight. Going to try to get some poetry written. If you did not watch the Road to Good Evil poetry blog thing, go check that out. I'll have a link. I'm trying to get better with these videos, guys, so just bear with me as we get them better and do different things with them. Thank you so much for checking out my content. See ya on the next one.